What is going on, clan? Welcome to an all-in-one guide for Thymesia. This guide is going to cover all the miscellaneous trophies, collectibles, basically everything you need to get that juicy platinum or all of the achievements. Now, I also have timestamps for you, so that way you can conveniently go to whatever you are missing if you're here for cleanup, and then that way it can make it a bit easier so you don't have to sit through the whole video. Now, other than that, let's jump straight into it, but if you are new around here... Alright, so starting off, we're going to be on a tutorial level basically, and there are some collectibles you have to get here. These are actually missable. You cannot replay the tutorial, so make sure you grab all of these collectibles, and I'll have them on screen for about 5 seconds each, just so we can move along. So as you can see, we have 2 collectibles right at the start, and all of these collectibles are going to highlight in like a blue type aura, so they won't be too hard to spot, but after you get the first 2 at the start of the tutorial level, make your way until you get to this building here and then head inside to grab another collectible. This is the paper on the ground. After that, we can leave through the building here. You can kill enemies along the way if you are following along with the guide. That's perfectly fine, and you can just pause it as you go. And there are instances where sometimes you have to kill the enemies to get an item to open that gate, for example. You have to kill the enemies in front of it. So I think it's something worth doing anyways. Just kill the enemies. You get XP out of it, and you can use these beacons as checkpoints and to level up. And we're also going to be doing a miscellaneous trophy at the start, and it's a pretty difficult one, so you can decide to do it now or come back to it later, because it's kind of a pain in the ass, and you might be a bit more familiar with the mechanics later. But continue through the gate. We're going to grab the Residence Diary. You will have to kill that sort of demi-boss before that gate we just went through. And then as you go over here, you're going to find an intersection. Before going up to the stairs where the boss is, we're actually going to run down here, go around the side, and then pick up this collectible. Again, make sure you collect all of these collectibles because they are missable. After that, I'm going to show you how to get the miscellaneous trophy, and you can decide if you want to do it at the start of the game or if you want to maybe do it towards the end after you've got the mechanics down. Alright, so for our first method, we're actually going to be doing save scumming, which is just backing up your save on the cloud. Now, this is a PS5 game, so you can't do it to a USB still for whatever reason, at least at this point in the video. So again, you need PS Plus for this, but you can back up your save, and then you can run all the way to the boss. Now, to get this trophy, basically what it requires is you to kill the first boss's first bar of HP, and you have to do that without dying, basically. Because once you die, which is pretty much 2 hits, as you can see there, he just penetrated me. If that does happen, you can just quickly close your game when the cutscene triggers. Then you can download the save that you backed up from the beacon. Go ahead and download it. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass, but these are the fastest methods that I was able to find. And then reload the game. You'll start back at the beacon and then run back. That'll give you full health. Now, method 2 is a bit different. You can close the game and then hit resume activity, or you can just boot up the game normally. But if you hit resume activity, it'll skip the start menu basically and just kind of go through all of those options automatically. And it's going to put you right in front of the boss door. So that's going to make it a little bit quicker, but you can see I also have 0 HP. Now you can use your potions, and ultimately you have to get through the fight without dying anyway, so the potions can help, but I mean, you kind of have to decide what method you would prefer. And ultimately, if you can't be fucked doing it now, I absolutely don't blame you. It can be a pain in the dick, so again, you can do it later, do it on a new game, and then use whatever method you prefer, like I said before. So for me, I found that learning when to use the deflect was easier. And even if I would mess it up, I still have a few hits I can take. And you can also use a potion. There's a trophy to beat a boss without using a potion, but I'm going to show you where to do that later because there are easier places to do it. So don't really worry about that when going for that shit-ass trophy. Now again, as for Varga, to get through it, I just tried to learn the timing for the deflect, and I found that that made it a lot easier. Now there are also some tricks that I found that I didn't really notice anyone else point out, so I figured it was worth mentioning. Now you can see right here I got hit, but what I was doing was I was able to slash with R1 to do a regular hit, and then claw, and then R1 to cancel the animation, and then do it again. And when you cancel the animation, you're able to get another claw attack in, so you're essentially attacking twice with the claw, and you're able to do that just by canceling the animation. And as you can see, we just took a nice chunk of his health, so that's another good method that's going to get you that trophy a lot easier. And other than that, you're just basically doing the big dick damage until you kill him. Get that first bar of health down and you will get the trophy. He's then going to have a little cutscene here, knock you out. You're going to end up waking up in Skyrim. He hit you so fucking hard. Now, but you're going to come here. This is the HUD world. This is Philosopher's Hill. And there are some collectibles here. So the first one we've got here is the Hermes Royal Bulletin, which is right there on the table. Then we have one over here on the bench. Now, the good thing with these ones as well is they're not missable, so you can get them throughout the game if you, for some reason, don't grab them now. But I would just recommend grabbing them now. And then come over to this gate, and you're going to find another one on the wall here. There will be some throughout the game that are only after certain bosses. Not many, and I will point those out once we've defeated those specific bosses to get the collectible. Now, after you grab the one by the gate, you can come over here to this fence and then grab the last one in Philosopher's Hill. Now we can move on to our first level, or I guess our actual level. And what you want to do is make your way through the level and grab these collectibles. Now I've cleared all the enemies out, so that way you can just have a nice, easy path to follow. And you can just kill the enemies as we go. Now, throughout the game, there's a trophy to smash 1,000 barrels. You can just kind of smash through them as we go, and then I'm going to give you a farming location at the end of the game to get that trophy. So don't worry too much about that. And again, we just got those two collectibles that were next to each other. The other one was behind the barrels. Then we're going to head up the ladder here, make our way around the side to this table next to this signpost, and grab the Twilight Circus poster. Alright, so after we grab the Twilight Circus poster from this table here, from the signpost, you can make your way over the bridge. We're going to head down and then wrap around here, and then make sure you drop down onto the ledge. Keep going around the tree side here, and you're going to find another collectible. The note from an unknown hopeless. Okay, after you grab that, keep making your way down the ledges and then around the tree. We can then smash through here, run across the bridge. This is back towards where the start was, and we can climb back up the ladder. This will allow us to get back to where we initially dropped down from, and then we're going to run past the signpost, and then you're going to see this little area here that you can walk in. There's the Tattered Twilight Circus Recruitment ad that's on the inside of this area here. And then from this spot here, you can dash through the fence to find a bridge, make your way down the stairs here, and find another collectible. After you grab the tree manuscript, our next location is going to be back up the stairs we just came from and over the bridge. And this time we're going to head right. So we're going to go over a long bridge to the right. You can already kind of see some stuff in the background here. So the first one is just around the side here. Under all these barrels, you're going to find another collectible. So this is Hermes' Life for the Sea of Trees. And then you can grab any of the items you have from your enemies, of course. You're going to need those upgrades along the way. And then you can grab the collectible, the Twilight Circus Recruitment ad, which is just next to this table around the corner. Keep progressing through here. Then make your way up the ladder. And then once you're up the ladder, go around and then through this area. And then make your right after opening this gate. After you open that gate and go right, keep going all the way down over the bridge. You're going to keep going straight and then turn left where you see a few barrels. Break through those, climb up the ladder, and then if you haven't yet, you need to destroy the cyst here. And then you'll be able to go in and then grab the collectible that was near it. You can destroy it using the feathers or just run up to it and smash it. Grab the Village Elder's Manuscript, and then we can move on to our next area. So from here, just drop right back down and then go up the other ladder that was adjacent from it. And then we're going to make our way to the left, wrapping around the tree to find another ladder. Make your way to the top of the ladder. And then from here, you go past the circus tent with a crazy lady inside it. And then you can open this gate, go past the little beacon there. And then over the bridge here, there's going to be a lot of enemies you'll have to clear out, but there's going to be a collectible here on the side. This is the market announcement, so make sure you grab that. And again, I still recommend killing all the enemies because they drop a lot of XP and just things like that. Make your way to the back of this area to find the Hermes Life Circus. That's going to be the notes on that, so another collectible. After grabbing that, we can head back. Go past the first collectible we just grabbed there. Watch out for the enemy in here. He can definitely get the jump on you, and then make your way up the stairs. This is going to go to the upper floors of this kind of market type area. And then once you're up here, you're going to go to the left. You're going to see a lot of barrels you can smash through. Break through them and then break through the fence here and then drop down. Smash through the crate and then pick up another collectible. This collectible is a bit dodgy to grab. It's kind of being a dick there, but it's a note from a royal guard. Just make sure you grab that one. After you grab the note from a royal guard, we have to make our way back up those ladders that we went up before. So open the doorway there, make your way back up to the top. And this time, instead of going left, we're going to go right. So go up 2 ladders, then take a right. Okay, so once you make a right here, you can then wrap around the side and go left to find another ladder. Climb up this ladder. It's going to be a linear path for a little bit here, just kind of zigzag. You're going to find assist up ahead. You can break that. That's going to clear all of the bullshit on the bottom floor here. So then you can jump right back down. Make your way through this area. Watch out for the enemy on the ground here. You can just quickly take them out. And then head down the ladder. Now that you destroyed that cyst, you have a bit more freedom here. Now there's a collectible we're going to grab down there. But before we do, if you break this barrel, you can find that perp skirt from up north, if you know what I mean. You can get the fennel ingredient. So I do have all the herbs throughout the guide because we do need them for a trophy. And there's some good effects that you can gain when using those herbs on the potion. So after you grab that fennel, make sure you drop down and then grab the Hermes life notes down here. And another thing to note is enemies do drop the herbs as well. So you might not need to farm them at certain points, but I will make sure I tell you which characters drop what kind of herb. And then that way you're not stuck wondering, where you can farm a certain one in case you weren't lucky, because some of it is luck based. But after that, make your way back up top where we initially were. Kill any enemies that are in the area and then cross the bridge. Now I will say, whenever you see these knife enemies, these ones here with the roots and she's got a knife, kill them because they drop rosemary and it's the rarest herb to find. You only really need one for the trophy, so it's definitely worth trying to kill them. But make your way all the way down and then drop down. Avoid getting killed right here. And then eventually you will grab the collectible here. After you grab this collectible, it's going to make us a lot closer to the end of the level. You're then going to turn around. Avoid the big guy if you haven't killed him yet. And then make your way over here where these barrels are. And then break the barrels to find another collectible. And I do recommend killing these kind of big guys or these demi-bosses because they drop potion upgrades as well, which is going to just help you with survivability throughout the game. So you can see here, I've already killed him, so I'm just doing this for the guide's sake, but I do recommend killing them. After that, you can make your way back to the very edge of the level over here, climb up the ladder, go over the stairs here, and then down this little tunnel. You can then activate the beacon for a checkpoint. And then from here, if you turn around, there's some barrels you can smash through and some stairs you can go up. Go all the way up these stairs and then turn around to go up another batch of stairs. And then you're going to find our final collectible of the level. Now, this isn't the end of the level, however. If you go back towards the beacon, there's going to be a lift that you can go up. So level up if you haven't, upgrade your potions, all that good stuff, talents, and then get ready for our first actual boss fight. Now, this guy may seem intimidating at first, but he's not too bad. There are some tricks you can do if you try to learn how to deflect him. Basically, when you can actually deflect him. I was really trash at the game at the start, to be honest. For some reason, I was just not doing as well as I guess I would do on a Souls-like. I'm definitely not usually this trash. Copium, you know what I'm saying? But basically, I would do an attack, dodge left or right, then do an attack. But I do find parries work really well in this game. I also would steal his miasma ability because, as you can see, it gives me a buff in the bottom left corner. And now when I dodge, I can dodge in some smoke. You can see I can dodge really fast. So I did steal his plague weapon, which was really good. You do get it automatically when you beat him. But if you can steal it during the battle as well, it can be a bit useful. And as you can see, we just destroyed his first phase. He does have a second phase, of course. But once you get him down, make sure you still keep wounding him throughout the fight. The game does make you play a bit aggressive. You can steal another miasma right there if you don't have one. And then that way, when you have enough energy, you can use it. Now, in Phase 2, I do use that Feather Dash to try to get some distance on him. I will say, eventually, I'm going to give you a cheese method once you unlock the Plague Weapon that's a bow. And then that way, for people who struggle at these games, I always have some kind of way for you to cheese a boss. And then that way, if you feel like the game is giving you way too much macaroni, then you know it's time to use the cheese. So eventually throughout the guide, I will give you a method that you can kind of use to cheese, but we won't be able to do it until we unlock the actual bow weapon. So when that happens, I'll remind you guys, and I'll have a timestamp to go towards that cheese method, so then you know what talents to use in order to actually do it. But again, for his second phase, a lot of it is really just closing that distance whenever you can. So I had those feather darts to kind of close the distance and dash. Otherwise, you're kind of just sitting there getting pelted by his coins. And of course, as you've been doing throughout the game, you just want to make sure you're using the claw when you can to actually do wound damage. So that way he doesn't regenerate and, you know, you have the risk of actually dying. But other than that, guys, once you finally get through that, you will kill him. Again, use the plague weapons to your advantage. They do help. Use your potions, and you guys will eventually kill Odor. He is probably the hardest boss, being a first boss. But after this, like, you guys will have it down. So don't even trip. Just get them done, and then you'll be on to the good stuff. As you can see, we also got Sage and Thyme, which are some of the herbs that we need. You're also going to be back at Philosopher's Hill, which is, again, like our main world hub, and that's going to give you another story-related trophy. And after you kill him, there's going to be a new collectible that appears here. And it's behind this gate or this wall. And it's going to be the Transformation Experiment Report. This is a story collectible that we need to get, so make sure you grab it and then go into the Sea of Trees level 2. And from the start here, where the beacon was, if you go around the tent, smash through the barrels, you're going to find our first collectible. So again, you'll have some enemies in there, but this is all cleared out just for the sake of the video. So around the tent, grab that collectible and then make your way back out and then down this way so you can drop down. Okay, after that, keep going around and then down again. And then you're going to go straight down from this ladder here over the bridge. And then keep going down. And then keep going down until you get to this gate. This is basically the same level as the first one. It's just sort of in a different order. But after you go through the gate, jump down the ladder and then grab this next collectible. So another note from the unknown. And then after this collectible from the same spot, we're just going to go around the corner. You'll see another beacon. You can activate this for a shortcut. This is also a good spot to farm the knife lady for Rosemary. And I'll show you that again a bit later in the video. And then just make sure you grab the collectible here that's under this little cabin or tent type building here. And then after that, go around the side and we can grab a clove, which is another herb or ingredient that we can use. Yeah, so in this room right here is going to be that knife lady, and this is where we're going to farm it a bit later when we have the skills for it as well, because we'll increase our luck. So you don't have to worry about it now, but you might get lucky as well, and she might drop it for you. But other than that, keep going through. We're going to grab our next collectible on that table and then cross the bridge. Now, these consumable memories that we pick up, they give you memories to level up, but we're going to use it for an exploit later on, and I'll make sure I update the pinned comment if they ever do patch it. But then continue on and then grab the next collectible. So again, I recommend not using them so we can use an exploit so that we don't have to grind levels at the end for the level 50 trophy. We'll be able to use a leveling exploit as long as it's not patched, which it shouldn't be when you're watching this video. But again, if it does, we'll update the pinned comment for you guys. But continue down until you get to this ladder here. Make your way up the staircase and then over the bridge. Then inside this building on the table is going to be another collectible. This is the Whistleblower Records. But yeah, it's a really good way to not have to grind to level 50. So hopefully we don't have to do that. But afterwards, make your way to the spiral staircase there. And you can jump off of the ledge there to go onto the bridge. And then make your way here. There's going to be a big general that you can kill for a health potion upgrade. And then afterwards, before you leave the level, you want to grab this last collectible that's behind the barrels. After you grab that, then you can finally leave the level. And that's 2 levels down already. Now for the next one, you're going to start here by this beacon. And once you come out here, there's actually going to be that like poison bullshit that's going on here. And there's a thing up there that you have to destroy. You can't destroy it from down here, so I'm going to show you what you have to do. But this is a collectible you'll be able to grab, and I'll explain that once we get a bit further in the level, just so there's no confusion. So again, you won't be able to do it yet, so you have to just avoid it and then come this way. And then go up the staircase, and then up the ladder. Because you have to destroy that kind of poison thing before, you can really progress. Then make your way through this area here. Again, it's the same levels, but just kind of reverse. Come down this way, go down the stairs, and then grab the collectible here. And Experiences of a Hopeless Builder. And then there's a staircase right next to that collectible. Just make your way up and then go up again. It's going to wrap around here. Just keep following the path. And then right here is where we can destroy that thing. So if you look down here, now this is where the cyst is actually going to be, and you can just jump down and destroy it and then grab the collectible and then make your way back up here. So make sure you destroy it. That's how you get to it. You cannot do it from any other way, so you have to come up first and then make your way back up to this spot here in the video, and then we're going to continue here. And right here is where you're going to actually fight a general who gives you a health upgrade and a set of keys, which is going to be used for a door. Then we're going to jump down the ladder there. I didn't kill this guy, but we're just going to take him out real quick. And then where he's at, under the barrels, is going to be our next collectible. So again, there's a general up above. Make sure you kill him for the health upgrade, but also for the keys, which we're going to need to progress through the level. So he's pretty much mandatory, or you're not going to be able to go through. After that, we can jump down the ladder again. You kind of remember this area from where we were before. We're going to just quickly take this guy out. I'm not sure what the fuck that was all about. We're going to grab the next collectible here, the Sea of Trees, Record of a Mysterious Event. After we grab this one, we can then head back up the stairs. So we'll make our way up to the top. We're then going to head over and then down. So that way we can be in this area here. And then this is where you're going to see a beacon you can activate for a checkpoint. But we can also use the keys that we grabbed off that general to open that gate. Then we're going to make our way down and over this bridge, going through all of the enemies here. And then through this doorway, and before going up the stairs, you're actually going to want to run down into this room, and then behind the barrels is going to be another collectible. So it's another note on Hermes' life. And then after you grab that one, then we can head back up this staircase and then up the other staircase to our right. And then what we'll do here is go up again and then up the ladder. And then you're going to find another collectible on the table. This is going to be another story related one. So Transformation Experiment Report. Make sure you grab that. Then we're going to head down. We're going to make our way over here. Now we're going to have to go through some of the poison. You can just normal dodge. You don't have to use Miasma. I just did that because I don't know why I did that. Maybe because I'm a dick. Just make sure you get through in time. Otherwise you'll start taking damage over time and then die. Then you're going to drop down where this ladder is and then grab the collectible. Afterwards you can make your way back up to the top. And we're going to go back to where the cysts kind of poisonous gas is. And we're near the end of this level as well, which is good. So yeah, just keep going back up to the top and then back through the gas. Now this time you want to dash forward and then go around this wall that I just sort of aimed at. So we're going to dash through and then we're going to grab our last collectible. And then that's going to also finish the mission. So we went for that one last to finish the mission. And then if you see behind you, you can go ahead and leave the mission. If you're quick, you can just dash over and then spam talk through the dialogue to leave the mission, and that'll be fine. Okay, after you leave that level, your next level is actually going to be a boss. This big motherfucker right there, I didn't even notice his ass when I went into this area. Yeah, bro, there's a reason I wear glasses. What you want to do is the boss will trigger once you come through this area. You're going to break the cyst as quick as you can so you can make your way through here. Now, there's going to be these sort of back areas that you can go into to avoid the boss's kind of damage attacks that he does. But you're just taking out enemies on the side here as well. And the enemies here are actually worth killing as well. The shield enemy has a chance to drop a herb that we need also. Again, I'll have that a bit later. So that way when we're actually actively farming it, you have more of a shot of what to do and what you understand as well. So after that, guys, make your way out of that little alcove area, run all the way to this side here. Even with the normal dash, you'll be fine to go through that poison. You're going to want to go to this corner here so that way it's safe. And then you'll see one of the knife-wielding enemies coming at you. Alright, you're going to just want to quickly take her out. And then after you do that, make sure you have an empty bar of the debuff. And then we can go ahead and break the cyst so that way we can get rid of the gas. There's a ladder over there in the corner we need to get to, and there's also some enemies. So it's better to just take it out so that way you don't get stuck down there in there. Otherwise, you're going to take a lot of damage. Now, this boss fight is kind of similar to the Wyvern boss fight, the Ancient Wyvern in Dark Souls 3, where you just kind of go through a little gauntlet type thing, and then you just jump on their head. But there is collectibles in this one, so that's what we really want to make sure we grab. Again, you can just take out all the enemies on your way there. They're nothing too crazy. All the enemies are pretty easy. You'll run into a few demi-bosses, which will give you upgrades for your potion, but ultimately they're not hard. And once you kill them, even if you die, they don't come back, so don't worry too much if you die. You will have to redo the beginning part, but other than that, it's really not a big deal. Keep making your way forward, and then through this area here, you're going to have more enemies to take out. Again, you're going to have that knife enemy again with the thorns coming out of her, and those have a chance to drop rosemary, so hopefully you get one of those, just to save you a bit of time when you go to farm for some of the herbs later. Most of them you will get throughout the game, to be completely honest. There was only like 1 or 2 that I was missing at the end, so hopefully that's the same for you. Okay, so still no collectibles just yet, but once his arm kind of swipes and you're able to run for it, go ahead and just dip past here. You can take out the cyst really quick as well, just so you don't have to worry about it. And then head to the right before he starts to attack again. Down here you'll have some more small fry, just go ahead and take care of them. And then over on this side, another small fry, and then you'll have another lady with a knife that you can just sneak up behind and absolutely destroy. After that, you're going to find another shield enemy, and again, those are worth killing because they also have a chance to drop a herb that you might need. So when you're going throughout this level the whole first time especially, just kill everything. They're going to drop stuff you're going to need. So it's all good. After that, keep going forward, avoiding his attacks. Make your way into this room here. And in here is going to be our first collectible of the level. Go ahead and take out the enemies really quick. Alright, so after you take them out, grab the collectible. This is our first collectible of this level. And for our next one, we're just going to continue outside of this area. Wait for his attack. Now we're going to head over this way. You don't have to really kill that cyst there if you don't want to. We can just run straight through. You're going to fight a little demi-boss here. Just go ahead and kill her. Again, she's going to give you an upgrade for your potion. And then after that, we can start going towards the next collectible, which is actually down this path. And after he's done an attack, then you want to start running for it. Make your way all the way through before it starts to take damage. And then you're going to fight another officer or demi-boss type enemy here. Go ahead and kill him for another vial. And then after that, you can make your way through here to get to the final cyst. There is going to be a enemy that's in the cyst as well, or that comes up behind you. And just go ahead and take her out. And then grab the final collectible that's here. Now this is the final collectible of it, so all you have to do now is kill the boss, and I'm going to show you how to do that really quick as well. So after this collectible, go ahead and jump down after the attack has gone away. We're then going to make our way back to where we fought that girl demi-boss with the throwing knives. There's going to be a ladder here. Just make your way up the ladder. If you have to, you can take out the enemies there, otherwise they're going to be a pain in the ass. And then after you take them out, climb up the ladder here. We're pretty much near the end of the boss. You can go ahead and either take out the enemies here and then break the cyst, which I recommend doing for the, again, the herbs, things like that. Or if you have miasma, I just skipped because, you know, fuck that shit. And then we're going to just make our way all the way across the bridge here. Watch out for the gaps. You don't want to fall down, otherwise you're going to die. You also want to avoid his attack or you're just going to take a shit ton of damage. And then once you get up to here, just press R1 to do an attack. It's going to start an animation or a cutscene. And that is going to be the God of the Fools defeated. You're just going to reach inside of him nice and deep. Pull that shit out. And then he's done. Sign me up to be him. Hey, yo, make sure I edit that part out, though. Okay, and that'll get you a trophy and possibly a herb out of there as well, which is always good. And then you can leave and we can go to our next level. Now, our next level is basically just straight into another boss fight. And it's the first boss, but this time instead, well, I mean, I know what you're thinking right now, right? You've seen enough hentai to know where this is going. Now he's basically got tentacles, and he can whip them around. He's a little bit more aggressive, but you can kind of dodge around, and it's not too bad. So as you see, right there I fucked up, but you can stun him with a plague weapon if you have one that does that, and get some hits in, and you can also dodge around, which gives you enough iframes to dodge his tentacles. That move you have to really be ready to dodge as well. And then that move where he slams down, very easy to dodge. So a lot of it you can dodge if you're not very good with parrying. And that's pretty much the whole fight. Nothing's too crazy. He only has one phase as well, which makes it a bit easier. A lot of it on this one is just make sure you don't get greedy with your attacks. I was still pretty ass at this fight. And again, like I said, later on we'll have a cheese method. So if you are stuck, you don't have to do this one now. You can wait until we get the cheese weapon. And then you can come back and you can put in some work, you know. You can do the big dick damage. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this with you guys. Make sure you stun him there on those critical hits, because that's going to also help out with doing some damage to him and getting him down a lot faster. And there it is. You're going to get a potion upgrade, some story items, and a trophy for defeating him. Again, if you're not confident in beating him now, come back to it when we have the cheese weapon. Next, we're going to go to the Royal Garden, and we're going to start going for the collectibles here. So immediately from the beacon where we start, if you come over here to the right, there's going to be a dead end with a collectible here. This is the notes on Hermes' life for the garden section. After you grab the garden notes there, head back down the stairs, and this time we're going to go down the opposite stairs. It's going to wrap around through a little archway under this bridge. And then once you're through here, you want to just go straight to the left, all the way up the stairs, make your way all the way around, and then we're going to head right. So go right and then over this bridge, and at the very end of the bridge by the gate there is going to be another collectible. And after we grab this one, we'll make our way back towards where we just went up. So you can see that area there. And then once you make your way down, you're going to see the staircase here. Go down the staircase to the right and then left. Again, killing all the enemies on the way there. And then you're going to find a collectible right before we need to drop down. So grab this one, the Diary of an Unknown Soldier. And then after this one, we can just drop down. And then from this area here, instead of going up those stairs, we're going to go down these stairs. We're going to go around the side, past this memory here. Keep going around, follow the path. And then make your way right. And then left down some more stairs. You're then eventually going to be in sort of like a greenhouse type of area. Go through this greenhouse. And then there's going to be some enemies here. Plus one of your first times meeting a new enemy. And then there's going to be a collectible on the shelf nearby. Grab the Experienced Researcher's Notebook. After that, we can keep going through the level. So head to the right here, drop down, and then there's going to be an exit over here on the right side. Go all the way down. We're going to just run along the fence here and then into another greenhouse. Make your way through here. We're going to get close to another beacon, so you can activate that. That'll serve as a checkpoint. All right, and after we grab the beacon, head through the doorway just behind it. And then to the left, through the greenhouse, and at the very back is going to be another collectible. So grab the research report that's here, and then make your way into this doorway, and you can find a blue item here. This is going to be a mint herb in case you don't have one. Some of these are just spawns on the map, so I figured I'd show you just in case you missed them, because we do want these for the trophy, as well as to upgrade our potions. Then we're going to keep continuing through the level until we get to this bookcase. That's going to be some more researcher's notes. So grab that collectible and then keep going through the level to the right and then to the left and then through this greenhouse door. Now we're going to be back out around this side. We're going to keep going all the way around until we get to the very end and then make a right. This is going to be a dead end with some barrels. Smash the barrel and then grab the greenhouse procurement order. All right, after we grab that one, we can continue through the level. So just make your way through this area here. We're going to go through another greenhouse door. There's going to be a collectible right here on the bookcase. It's the Alchemy Researcher's Notebook. So grab that on your way through and then continue through the hallway. Now we're going to go into a bunch of blood. And there's going to be some enemies that spawn and a like sort of demi-boss at the end. If you kill the demi-boss, they'll stop spawning. So I recommend killing them just to make it a bit easier. Then there's going to be a collectible on the left side of the bookcase as you make your way through this area. And then this is where the boss, little demi-boss was at the very back. So kill him again to stop the enemies from spawning. And then near him is going to be the Alchemy Researcher's Notebook. Alright, so we're smashing through the Royal Gardens nice and easy. After that one, we're going to head towards the other side of this bloody area. So if you come back down this way, you're going to see this little kind of intersection. Go to the left side, go all the way around, and then you're going to see a bookshelf sticking out. If you go around that side, you're going to find our final collectible. Now, after you do grab that final collectible, we still have to fight the boss. So in order to do that, we're going to keep going forward. Make our way to the beacon here and then head through the doorway to fight this giant bat. Alright, now this boss is really easy. I didn't try to do anything special. We already unlocked the bow. Again, I have timestamps down below. If you look at the final boss method for the cheese, then you can use the talents that I would use for a cheese method. Once you finally found an enemy with the bow and you take it from them with the claw, again, you do that just by charging up the claw. Then you'll have the bow now. So you can use the cheese method. You don't even really need to on this guy. Girl? I just assumed this patch gender? I'm a piece of shit. But regardless, from this point on, if you are struggling with any of the bosses in the guide, you can use my cheese method that I show off in the timestamp below that says final boss cheese method. Because the bow is absolutely nuts. You can use that to really just do the damage. But other than that, guys, again, you're just kind of staying under him, dodging his attacks. You can see I closed distance really easily with the feather dash. Yeah, she's not a hard boss at all. And I did just realize I kept saying she and he and him and her and him and his. But yeah, it's just a girl. It's the Hanged Queen. So you guys got this. Just avoid the attacks and damage her. That's pretty much it, guys. If you die, you'll start back at the beacon, though. But you won't die. You guys are beasts. You got this. Ah. Alright, once you do enough damage, you guys will finally finish her off, and you will get a trophy for that as well, which is always great. Go ahead and make sure you pick up the loot, and then leave the area. Now, the next area is another Royal Garden level, and from the beacon, it's going to take you back into the boss room. And again, I have all of this in the timestamps below if you get lost. But in the very back of this boss room that we fought the bat in is going to be our first collectible of this level. And then after that, you can then make your way back to the doorway. Now, once you're back here, just go past the beacon. We're going to go through this bloody area again. We'll be going through here a few times, unfortunately. But we'll go around the side, keep going around, and then eventually it's going to wrap around again. You're going to see this spot here. This is where we can go to find a different path in this area. And then at the very top is going to be a collectible of these stairs. So the very top of these stairs, you're going to find the complaint letter. That's going to be another collectible. And then we're going to run back down where we just came from. Keep going down the bookcases. And then keep going all the way to the very end of this area here. And we're going to find a little indent. And that's going to be another collectible sitting here on the bookshelf. Go ahead and grab that one. And then after we do that, we can start leaving this bloody area. So go around the right side here, keep going all the way down until you get to the doorway, and then it'll take you into that greenhouse hallway. Now once you're in here, right outside the second area is going to be one inside this greenhouse hallway. It's going to be the giant tree experiment records. So make sure you grab that on the bookshelf. It's kind of hidden behind that candlestick. And then you're going to see another beacon. You can go ahead and activate that for the checkpoint. Now from here, we can head outside and make our way to the right. We're going to keep going all the way down along the fence here. Then we're going to go through this greenhouse entrance again. And behind this elevator lift is going to be another collectible. It's kind of just hidden off to the corner. This is another letter of complaint. Okay, after we grab that one, from the lift, keep going straight. Then you're going to head left through this gate. Now there's a lot of enemies through this gate. And a lot of them are those like witch type enemies. And I find the bow does really good against them as well. So you can use that cheese method on them if you are struggling. But once you get through them, there's going to be all of these collectibles on the bookshelf. There's going to be one there. And then we're going to go down a bit further and find another one. So thankfully they're pretty close by to each other. And then we're just going to keep going around this sort of round area here. And eventually at the very end, you're going to find a gold item on this table. Go ahead and grab that. That's going to be lift keys. So that little elevator here, we now have keys to activate. So we're going to take that down. And then from here, we can go to the right. Now we're going to go back to where we found that beacon, that checkpoint beacon. So we'll keep going along this fence. Now you're going to see a collectible here behind a gate. That's where we finished the level. So before we actually do that, now that we have those keys, we're going to want to take them back to that bloody area room. So we're going to go through the hallway here with this little greenhouse area. We're going to make our way all the way down these bookcases. And then once you turn around the corner here, there's that intersection. You can just go on the left side and then go around the side here and you're going to find the lift. So we're going to take this lift up to the top. Now, once you get up here, there's going to be more of those witch type enemies and things like that. So just get ready to take them out. But there's also going to be some more collectibles for us to grab. And they're just going to be on the bookcase like they were in that other area. So go ahead and grab the collectible here on the right side. Then after that, keep going forward and there'll be another one just on the right side. And then there's an area we drop down with even more enemies. So make sure you grab both of those before you drop down. And then once you've done that, go ahead and drop down. All right, so we drop down here. There's going to be some more enemies, like I said. Just go ahead and take them out and then grab the collectible on the right side. Should be the Pure Blood Experiment Records. And then keep going forward again. And then before we leave this area, there'll be another one on the right. So a lot of collectibles in this level, thankfully all pretty close together. Grab the secret letter here, and then after that one, keep going straight again. Now in this area here, you're going to go to a staircase that's down, and you're going to find a ladder. So go up the ladder, and then once you get to the top, just drop down. It's going to take us back into that bloody area. And we can actually just run around the edge here. We're going to make our way back to where the beacon is, and where that last collectible is. We're going to then run around here. You can just run past all the enemies if you didn't kill them. And then go through the hallway and we'll be back at that beacon. But more importantly, we'll be back at that collectible to finish the level. So just right outside again, there's the beacon. Open up the gate, grab the collectible, and then we can leave the level. We've grabbed all the collectibles in this part of the Royal Garden. And a simple reminder here, make sure you are upgrading the plague weapon as you go when you get those skill shards, because eventually that'll get you the weapon master when you upgrade a weapon completely. And then same with the type of potion. I recommend just using the general potion, but once you fully upgrade one of those and one of the weapons, then that's going to give you 2 different trophies. And then we can go to our next level here. So in this level, it's sort of like a bloody cavern basically. We're going to make our way out of the starting area and then to the left. You're going to go up this area and around to the right. And then at the very end, at the top of this platform is going to be a collectible. It's going to be the experiment number 1 observation report. So make sure you grab that and then just go ahead and jump off the edge. Once you make your way down, then you're going to jump to the right. Go up this little ramp here and then up onto this platform to grab another collectible that's on this area. Okay, and after we've done that, we can turn back around. You want to then make your way down the ramp we just came up. We're going to go to this part of the area here. There's going to be a fork in the road, so go right. And then to the right, at the very back over here, will be an item we can pick up. And this is Sage. Just in case you haven't grabbed a Sage yet, which you should have. But if you were unlucky, there it is. And then behind this wall, hidden at the very back, is going to be a blood-written letter. So make sure you grab this collectible. After we grab that one, we can then make our way through the area to our left. Then you'll be at another fork in the road with a beacon. Grab the beacon and then go the opposite way. We're then going to make our way down this bloody path. Keep going all the way down. This level is definitely not a very long one, so it shouldn't take you too long to get through. There's no items up in that area, so you can keep going down. And then keep making your way down this path. Now just keep running down, and on this path to the right is going to be a memory. So you can grab that if you want, and then you can just keep going down this way. And then we can grab our next collectible. It's just in this little area here, and it's at the very back. It's going to be the blood-written letter 2. So again, at the very back of this little spot, then run back down the path, and we're going to continue through the level. We're nearly at the end. And then just keep heading straight. Then down this path here. And then make your way around the side here, and there's going to be a spot on the left you can go down. So we're going to go left first. And then at the very end of this path is going to be another collectible. And then after you grab the Vile Blood experiment records, then you can head the opposite way. So come back up here. And then we're going to go the alternate route, which is just on the right. There's a memory on the way there as well, which is always good. Keep going straight. Then down this bloody river. Now eventually once you get down to this part here, it's just going to be a pretty straight run. Just keep going all the way down the path, and eventually you'll find the beacon. Now we're going to fight a boss. So this is right before another boss. So light the beacon in case you die. Now here's a really easy boss to get the trophy for not using a potion on, because once you know his mechanics and how to actually beat him, it's pretty easy to do without really needing to use a heal. So what you can do here, as you can see, we're just avoiding the pillars that are falling down. And I'm going to show you how to handle each attack. So sometimes he does a lunge and other times he does a swipe. So when he goes sideways like that, he's going to swipe down the area, and you want to make sure you're in this back alcove to where he can't hit you. And then while he's kind of staggered and catching his breath, if you're quick enough, you can run up here and start damaging the side. We have to take off this protective armor first before we actually start damaging the boss himself. And the quicker you get that off, then the faster he's going to die, because a lot of that is protecting him. Now he's going to do the lunge attack. So when he lunges, you want to just roll out of the way at the last second, or just completely dodge it, whatever's easier for you. And then once he's stuck, that's when you want to go right back to it, start damaging this, and get that armor off. Once it's off, you're going to start doing damage to the actual boss, and it's going to make it much easier. So again, you want to be around this alcove just in case you have to quickly go in there to dodge a swipe. And you want to dodge those pillars as well, just so you're not taking unnecessary damage. When it gets a big red circle like that, he's going to come from the bottom of the cavern like that and emerge, and you want to make sure you don't get hit by that. Now again, you're waiting to see if he's going to swipe or lunge. As you can see, he's going to swipe. And then right after the swipe, I'm already quickly running over to try and get his armor off. Now we finally got it off, and you can see we started doing some good damage. So this is when things are a bit easier. He only really technically has a bar of health, because once you get him to the second phase, it's pretty easy, guys. Like, you guys will get the trophy, no problem on this. Now you see he's going to do the lunge attack. I did get hit, but again, the trophy is for not using a potion. So as long as you don't use a potion on a boss, that's what triggers it. You can technically do it on any boss, but this is just one of the easier ones to do it on. I actually didn't get the trophy on this boss, but this is what I would recommend for most people to get the trophy on. So again, here comes a swipe. Immediately after he's done and I'm safe, I'm going to quickly run up and do it. And again, I'm just putting in some damage, doing a claw attack, damaging, and then claw attack. That's pretty much all you really have to do. Rinse and repeat. Alright, so next up you can see him emerge again, and now he's going to do a lunge attack, so we're going to dodge away at the last second, quickly focus on that armor like before, and then try and get that off so then we can do actual damage to his health bar. We thankfully still managed to do it before he went away. Now that we've killed his first bar of health, we can go ahead and do the final phase. As you can see, he starts right off the bat with half health. Because what happens now is he's just going to start flailing over the place, hitting the cavern and dropping more spikes. So you pretty much have it here. All you have to do is avoid the spikes, and then eventually he's going to tire himself out and fall down where you can deliver the killing blow. Perfect, and as you can see, you can go ahead and finish him off there after he's tired out, and it'll have that little red icon for you to initiate the kill. Then we can go into the next level. So after that, we're going to make our way to our first collectible, which is right at the start to the left. So this is the message in blood. Then we can head straight ahead. We're just going to continue through the level. It's pretty linear, but we're going to be back in that little blood river. We're going to follow the path to the left here, avoiding those little fire enemies. They die really quick, so just quickly take them out. And then we can grab the collectible here in the back. After you grab that one, we can make our way back to the main blood river here. And right here, it doesn't look like it, but you can actually climb up it. It might be easy to miss. And then there's going to be a fork in the road. We can just head up on the right side. This is the main path. Keep following the main path. We're just avoiding those fire enemies. And then eventually up the stairs here, we will find a beacon. So activate the beacon for the checkpoint. And then continue forward again. Again, all of this is pretty linear. And it's pretty short as well. So you'll get through these levels really fast. As you can see here, we've got our other collectible. And again, even the bosses, now that you have the bow unlocked, you can do the cheese method. And you'll slam through this game really quick if you are struggling. Continue our way here. This is literally that other level, but just reverse, kind of like I said before. We're then going to head up the stairs, go around this side. There's going to be a fork in the road to either go straight or right, and we want to just go straight. It's going to wrap around to a ledge with another collectible. Then after grabbing this one, we can go back to that little intersection and go the opposite way. So we didn't go this way, so go up this way now. Then we're going to go to the left up the staircase. And at the very top of here, at the very end of the platform, is going to be another herb for us. So now you should have basil, just in case you haven't grabbed one yet. And then after that, you can drop off the ledge there. We're going to climb up the staircase and go around the right side. And there's a collectible we can get up here. And it's going to be on the platform to our right. And you have to drop down to it. So just drop down, grab the collectible, and then we can continue on through the level. We're actually almost to the end of the level as well, because like I said, they're really, really linear. They're also really short. So yeah, just go ahead through here. You'll fight a little demi-boss, which is for those little fire guys. And there's going to be another collectible right here. And then if you want to finish the level, if you just keep going onwards through this little cave up ahead, you're going to find where you can leave the level. So a nice short one. Now we've moved on to one of our final areas of the game. Now straight up from the beacon where we start at, if you make your way all the way to the very back, you're going to find an elevator you can climb. Bruh, that's a ladder. Climb the ladder. Then this, sorry guys, I'm like, god damn it. Okay, so after you climb both of those ladders, make your way up here, you're going to find another collectible, the Soldier's Sachet. After that, we can then drop off the ladder. We're then going to make our way forward, and there's actually a little hidden path here on the left side. Just drop down and then head forward from there, and there's going to be a little lone box at the end there. If you open that box, I got a gift in there for you, and it's the diary of a knight's mother. I gift you his mother. Don't do that. Anyways, after you grab that one, turn directly around. There's going to be an alternate path we can head towards. Drop down and then go around this side of the building. This is going to lead us into the castle. And then we can go left. Keep running directly straight through. And if you don't have it yet, this is where you can grab some garlic, which is going to be good for our potions. And then we can make our way backwards to the ladder. Go up the ladder and then through this doorway on the right. And you'll come to a dead end with a collectible at the end of it. So this is the Pure Blood Injection Records. So quickly grab that, and then we'll head back out of this room, and we'll go the other way that we can go, which is to the right when leaving this area, and then you can go down. Drop off these broken steps, and then we'll be on this floor here where we're going to go left. We're going to find another beacon to activate, and then we're going to climb up this ladder, and then go through this doorway. Then we're going to head left and then right through this broken area. And on the right of this broken area will be another ladder, so climb up that. Then we're going to go through this area here, go through the doorways, and then head left. At the very end of this dead end area will be a collectible. So these again are the Hermes Fortresses collectibles, so you should be getting them really easily. After that, turn around directly from where we got this collectible. There might be some enemies here, just quickly take them out. But what I wanted to show you, if we come around the side here, go up this ladder, there's going to be a general here that you can kill, and he's going to give you some keys, but also a potion upgrade. And then go back to where that collectible was that we just grabbed, and then we're going to go back down from the way we came. So we're going down that elevator. Bro, why do I still... Oh my god. Ladder. Go down the ladder, guys, and then go left back onto this main path. You'll enter a room here with some fire. Go through that doorway, and at the very back is going to be a ladder we can go up. Make your way up the ladder. Then we're going to go through this area, past the platform, up this ladder. Now, once you're up here, if you keep going straight towards the back, you're going to find a crate by itself. And again, we're going to find another collectible in that crate. Hang in there with me, guys. We're actually near the end of the guide. The game isn't too long, so just hang in there. We got this. All right, after that, turn around directly from where that collectible is and go up the ladder. Then we're going to head to the path on the right and go up another ladder. Then we're going to go around the left side here. And on the left of this rubble here is going to be another collectible inside of a crate. Now that we've grabbed that collectible, we can move on. There's going to be a ledge directly behind where this collectible is. So you can just drop off, and then we're going to head straight ahead to the right. This is back where we grabbed that other collectible beforehand. Jump down the ladder, go around the side here, go down these ramps, and then down this ladder. And we're almost towards the end of this level. We'll make our way through this area and then inside this castle. You're going to find another beacon here that you can activate for a checkpoint. And then after that, make your way through the doorway. And around the side in this area where a giant gate is, there's going to be a collectible on the wall. It's the Troop Selection Ceremony collectible. So grab that one and then make your way up the stairs over here. So go up the stairs and then through this gate. Now once you're through the gate, head left and then go up the ladder. And then once you're on this platform, we're going to go left. Go straight down this long hallway. So it's just a straight shot, and then you can just drop down. And then you're going to turn around, go over this little ramp kind of thing, and then straight down until you get to this opening and go left. you'll be through like a sort of viney type area, and at the very end where it's a dead end to a sewer will be where the collectible is. So Tales of Folk Potions at the very end here where the sewage gate is. Then we can make our way back. So head back the way we just came. Then we're going to go straight back over this little ramp. We're going to climb up the ladder. And then we're going to head back this way where we initially came. So we're still kind of backtracking. Then you'll see this ladder here. From this ladder, you want to jump to the right down this little area. And then you're going to find another gate that we didn't open yet. So open this gate, then go up the stairs and then go left. We're going to then go up the ladder. Keep going left. This is sort of linear again. And then we're going to head all the way straight down. So we're on a straight path and then a doorway on the left to drop down. And then we'll go straight around and then left. And then you're going to find another collectible. So that'll be the Civil Servant Notebook. Now we're nearly done with the level. So after you grab this collectible, head up the ramp that's nearby. Then go to the right and drop down. Then we can jump down again. Then go up the staircase around to the left and then drop down. And then we're going up the double staircase and we'll be in this sort of gardeny vine type area. There are going to be some enemies, but we only have one collectible left, so I can just run straight past them. And then go up the stairs here, and it's going to be to our right. So grab this final collectible. Now this isn't the end of this level. After you grab the Diary of a Knight's Mother 2, you can head back on the other side of this castle, which is the opposite side of where we just grabbed that collectible. Activate the beacon, and now we get to fight the tutorial boss for real this time. So welcome back to Varg. Now I used the bow on this as well as the deflex because I pretty much learned from the tutorial like it was just easier with parrying. So if you did learn his attack timing, you can do parries. I find that that was easier. So I pretty much wait for him to attack, press L1 to deflect, then again deflect, and I just kind of watch his timing, and then I try to get some claws here and there, and you can see we're just shredding through his health. Now this is the boss I actually got the trophy for not using a potion. Now I still recommend getting that trophy on the Sound of Abyss boss, even if you're good at deflecting, but if you're really good and you just want to do it, go for it. I really like Varg's fight. Once I learned the timing for the parries, as you can see I still got hit, so I'm not amazing by any means, but you can still definitely do it if you do want to go that route. His second phase, it's the same shit. After he does his little scream thing and tries to charge at you, if you just back up, that's pretty much it, and then he goes right back to his normal attacks. But yeah, I definitely recommend learning the deflect a little bit because of the tutorial trophy that you have to do. But in terms of not healing on a boss, I just recommend doing that on Sound of Abyss. End of the day, it's up to you, but there's some options for you guys. You can see I'm still not perfect. I'm still getting my ass kicked. And I think we had 3 HP, man. Like, that's a lot of fucking damage. You know what I mean? But you guys got this either way, and I will see you at the end of the fight. And once you defeat him, that'll get you a trophy and possibly the black pepper ingredient as well if you don't have one yet. And I did get piece of cake because I didn't use any potion. So after you're done with that, the next thing we want to do is unlearn a couple skills just so we can max out our luck stat so our drop rate is increased. Now at this point in the game, the only herbs I needed was rosemary and oregano. So I'm going to show you where I farmed rosemary. We went to the subquest 1. Again, we raised our luck stat, so that way we wouldn't have to farm for like, too long. No one wants to really do that. And from the second beacon on this level, you'll get to this spot here, and you'll see a thorned enemy with a knife. Now, these girls dropped the rosemary, and I think I killed them for about maybe 5 minutes, and it dropped. So hopefully you have similar luck. But just keep killing them, resting at the beacon, and then trying again until you get the rosemary. Now, as for oregano, I did get them from the shielded enemies that wield an axe that have the thorns through their back, and that was in level 1 of the Sea of Trees. Ultimately, you shouldn't really need to farm them. I'm going to have all 8 recipes on the screen because now for a trophy, we need to make all of the recipes. As you can see, these 3 here have made the recipe sweating, which is down there in the bottom left. I'm just going to put all 8 of them on the screen so you can go through, make the different combinations, and then get the trophy. So there's courage, for example. Now, arguably, the best ones are the 4 Thieves Vinegar, which gives you 100 health extra whenever you use it. And then there's also the Warming Up one, which gives you 10% increased damage, which is a really good one as well. So I recommend one or the other depending on your playstyle. But once you've made all of the recipes, there's 8 of them, you're going to get the Plague Doctor trophy. And then we can move on to basically finishing the game. Now we're going to go to the Hermes Fortress again, subquest 1, and now we have some more collectibles to grab, so why don't we smash them out. Alright guys, so as before, it's just the level in reverse basically. We're going to continue on the story path and get this game smashed out. Now, going down the path here, you're going to find a giant castle door that you can open. There's going to be some enemies in here, but at the very end is going to be our first collectible of the level. So let's go ahead and quickly grab that, and then we'll make our way back outside of this room. We're getting really close to the end of the game, guys, so just hang in there. We're going to head down the stairs, go to the left. Then we're going to go back down the stairs over here, and then to the right. And then we're making our way down again. So we're just following this linear path to get back inside. This will be that area that had those gates, if you remember. And if we just keep going all the way down, we'll eventually be where those gates were. And then this time we'll go around the side here, up the stairs, and then up again. We're then going to go around to the left, and then where this gate is going to be another collectible. Now we can't go through that gate right now, so we're going to go ahead and go the opposite way we just came from. So grab that collectible and then head back. We're going to make our way down the stairs we came from. Then we're going to go out where this beacon is and activate the checkpoint. After that, we can jump down these stairs here. And then this side, all the way around, if you go around the tree, we're going to go up the ladder. And then we've got to go up the stairs and then on this ramp. And at the very end, there's going to be another ladder that we're going to take up to another collectible. So this collectible is just to the right of the ladder, and it's under some barrels. So smash through the barrels and that box, and you'll get the surveillance record. Now after that, we can go through the gate. So turn around, and then we can just drop down. There's actually a switch here that you can open the gate with. But before we do that, we'll grab the collectible on the wall, like before in the other level. And then we can open up the gate. There's going to be some enemies here as well, so you can just quickly take them out. And then we're going to be in this area over here. And there's a doorway on the left side that we can actually kind of break through some barrels to get into. And then this is going to be another collectible for us. So as you can see, the collectibles are very close together on this level, and it's actually a really short level, if I'm honest. Alright, so after that, make your way outside of the doorway here. There's going to be a lot of enemies here, like I said before, but just keep going through this area all the way till you get to this signpost. Then make a right and head inside, and you'll find another beacon. Activate the beacon. Then out here, you're going to fight a demi-boss, which will give you a potion upgrade. And back here is going to be a black pepper ingredient in case you don't have one yet. After that, we can make our way up here. Grab the collectible inside this house, the Diary of an Unknown Resident. After that, guys, we can then turn around. We're going to continue on the level. Again, it's just a linear path. So we'll come up the staircase here. You'll be in like a sort of fountain center plaza type area. At the very end in this area is going to be a collectible, the Royal Family Rumors. And you'll remember this area before as well, because it's just like the tutorial level from the very start. And then you make your way through this gate. You can see all of this looks familiar from before. Keep going all the way down until you get to that intersection. There's going to be a beacon here this time because there's a boss battle waiting for us up at the very top of the stairs. When you're ready, you can fight the boss. So this boss is Erd. She's pretty crazy with the rapier. I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't very good at this fight at all. If you have the cheese method that I told you to grab from the final timestamps, at the end of the video. Then you can use that against her as well if you're struggling. You can deflect the rapier. It's just a bit hard with the timing. I wasn't very good at it, but you guys would be because you're fucking beast. But basically, sometimes I would get a deflect in there if I felt I could deflect that one, or I would dodge that kind of slam attack she does. And then whenever I had an opening, I would go in with the claws and then try and dodge out of there. Or if I saw that she was going to do an attack that I could counter, like a critical, I would throw the feather at the last second. Now, other than that, I was getting my shit kicked in, but that's okay. So again, heal when you need to. You have those potion effects now as well, so use the one that benefits you the most. And again, whenever you have an opening, just start slashing at her to get that health down. She does have 2 phases as well. As you can see there, I missed an opportunity to throw a feather to stagger her. And you really want to just kind of capitalize when you can on those opportunities. And you want to be out of that shit, because that shit hurts like a motherfucker. Now, once you do get down her first bar of health, you will go on to phase 2. Right at the start of phase 2, she's going to blow up where those swords are actually at in the ground. It's going to be a giant kind of AoE effect. So again, just back up, make sure you're not near any of those swords. And then I like to just use the bow from afar until we run out of energy. And then I'll just go back in and start, laying into her. Again, you can see I deflected there, and then I didn't deflect the last hit, but then I could have also used a critical counter right there. So there's a few things you just have to be mindful of. It's a very fast-paced fight, but you guys got this. Look, you don't even need me, man. I'm booty crumbs. And once you inevitably get that last bar of health down, which you guys will, you will get that Erd trophy, and it'll feel so sweet, and then you can leave the memory. Now we'll be in our next level here. From the start of the beacon, we're going to run through this area. We're getting really close to the end of the collectibles, so just hang in there, guys. I know it's a bitch, but we gonna do it. So keep going down the linear path to the ladder, and then climb up. Now once you're up on this platform, make your way into this room, and then go left. And then there'll be another ladder here that we can go up. And then after you're up that ladder, go to the right and you'll find another ladder. So there's quite a bit of ladders, but this should put you at the very top of this tower. And then as you can see, we can come over to this side, drop down and grab this collectible. So it'll be the Civil Servant Notebook 2. And you have to get it from that angle just because that's the only way to land on this platform. And then after you grab that collectible, we can move on. So you can drop down from the left. You'll land on this platform, drop down again, and then you'll be in this area. Then you want to drop down in the center room, go through the doorway here. You're going to see an enemy up top. He's going to jump down and fight you. You want to kill him because he's going to give you some keys. He's also going to give you a health upgrade. After you have the keys, you can then open this gate and we can climb this ladder. So go ahead and climb up it, go down the path here and then into this building. Wrap around the side here. And then go around the side again to go up another ladder. Once you're at the very top of this tower, you're going to see another collectible. So we're going to quickly grab that collectible, and then we'll start heading our way back down. Okay, down, and then we're going to go to the right. I'm just going to run past the enemy I kept alive. We're going to then drop down again. You're going to see a lot of enemies down here, but there's the ladder. You want to just go down this pathway, avoiding the enemies. You can see I got stuck here for a second, which was a bit annoying because I'm getting shot at as well. But try to just get down here to the right, then turn around after you drop, and then come through this doorway here. You're going to see it looks like this kind of area. It's going to be the Diary of a Knight's Mother 3 collectible. And then if we drop down, we're going to grab another beacon. So thankfully, that'll be a checkpoint. So before you drop down, make sure you grab that collectible. And then from the beacon, we can make our way outside right here. There's going to be a demi-boss kind of fight. Go ahead and quickly kill them. And then that'll be the end of the memory. And then we can grab our last collectible. And if you've been following the guide, you'll get the Memory Weaver trophy here. And that's for getting those collectibles. All right, next up, we have another trophy that's relative to the collectibles. If you go back to Philosopher's Hill and speak to Aisemy, there's going to be a show item option. You need to go through all 11 of those items and show them all to her. And then what we need to do is we need to go back to the Royal Garden level, the very first Royal Garden level. And we need to make our way through the level until we get to this area here. You'll remember this greenhouse hallway with the bookcases. And eventually you'll be back at this River of Blood area. Now we have to do this at the end because you need those collectibles. And it counts as 22 collectibles in the log, but they're just the same collectibles and you're showing them to 2 NPCs. So make your way down the right intersection here and then go up the stairs. Make sure you kill the enemies here because they'll keep attacking you. And then after you've done that, you'll meet the NPC Emerald. Just show Emerald all of these items as well, just like you did with Aisemy, and you'll get the Good Listener trophy. But wait, there's more. You'll also get the Great Collector trophy. Then just run back to the beacon and hit Cease Recall to return to Philosopher's Hill. Then you want to craft a potion. We want to do the Focus recipe, so it's rosemary, mint, and thyme. We're going to do an XP glitch. If this is patched at the time that you are watching this video, just look at any other XP glitches that may be actually working. And what you do is whenever you go ahead and activate a potion that has that recipe, you can see the buff above your health bar. And you remember those memories we saved throughout our gameplay, if you've been following the guide? Well, you can see we have quite a lot of them. And while that buff is active, we just want to quickly use them all. And if you go through and use all of them while that buff is active, you'll see we have over 12 million, which is way more than enough to hit level 50, which is the level cap in this game. And you can see I even just used one of the level 2 ones, and that put me over to 13 million. So again, just make the focus recipe, and then that's how you do the XP glitch. Then after that, go ahead and allocate your points into the stats that you want it to go into. And at level 50, my boy, you can unlock peak performance, because you're just built different. After you've done that, we can head to Hermes Fortress, the very first level there. You might have this miscellaneous trophy left to get. And when you get to the second beacon, there's going to be 10 barrels that you can break. You might remember there was a trophy to break 1,000. So you can do 10 every 10 seconds and then rest to respawn them. Or if you're really sweaty, you can run through and use Miasma Plague to do them in about 7 seconds. But if you do that, you're a fucking nerd. All jokes aside, that's a really good spot to farm the 1,000 barrels. Just keep resting, respawn, and then break them. Now, this last part is already pre-recorded. I've got my commentary there for you guys, so I'll go ahead and play that now. This is going to be the final boss cheese method, as well as all of the endings and showing you how to do them. What is going on, clan? I'm going to show you how you can defeat the final boss much easier, as well as get all of the endings in Thymesia. Now, if you want, you can follow this loadout here to do the cheese method, but if you want to do it legitimate as well, you can do that also. I do recommend it for your first time, but then we do have to kill him a few more times. So again, if you feel like the game is just handing you a bit too much macaroni, then it's time to use the cheese. Now, thankfully, they let you respec wherever you're at, so you can just unlearn the talents, and then you're good to go. So all we have to do is when we get into the fight, we can start using the bow as our plague weapon. This is going to be ultimately how we get a lot of the damage in and basically cheese him from afar. So whenever you have enough energy, you can use the bow from afar and make sure you get his health down, and then we can eventually start doing some wound damage. Now, the good thing with these talents that I've given you, these talents here, they're not only going to give you energy back whenever you do damage, but also when you take damage. And then that allows you to use the bow even more, which you can see takes a fair bit of his health. And once you've done that, then you can actually start doing the moves like the double claw attack, things like that that are actually going to damage his wound meter. And that's ultimately going to kill him. So of course he has 2 phases. And again, doing this method is going to make the fight kind of a joke. So if you're out for like your first experience, then you might just want to use the build that you were using throughout the game. Now, something worth noted that might be patched, but this was like the 4th time I killed him because we have to do multiple endings. You can see instead of getting his health back for his second phase, it's sort of glitched. None of my attacks are hitting him, and basically he has like no hitbox. The only thing I found to actually break like out of this kind of glitch is to use a plague weapon that isn't the bow. So like the triangle one, for example, the shockwave was able to hit him. So just be mindful of that in case yours does glitch. Now, however, once you do finally beat him, you'll have this short little scene, and then it's going to take you back to Philosopher's Hill. This is where it's going to pop a few story-related trophies, especially if this is your first time killing him. And then I'm going to show you how to get the ending trophies. Now, once you're back here, you're going to want to speak to her, and then we have to put some cores in a specific order. So our first one is going to be the Full Gods core, and then the Sound of the Abyss core. And I'll have these on screen for you guys as well for each ending, just so you can see with ease. And again, we get different endings depending on what cores we actually use. So with those cores, you're going to get the Power of Vile Blood trophy. And then it's going to say, is this the truth? Now you want to make sure you hit no, because it's going to take you back right before the boss fight. Now, if you accidentally hit yes, I'm pretty sure it just takes you back to the start menu and you just reload in and you do everything as usual. But if you hit no, it'll just take you right back to Philosopher's Hill. You'll kill the first boss again. Now for our next ending, what you're going to want to put in is the Erd's core. And then for your second core, you're going to want to put in the Varg's core. So we've got Erd core and Varg core, and that's on the screen here for you. That's going to give you the Blessing of Pure Blood trophy. Again, then you're going to just hit no, go back to Philosopher's Hill, and then we're going to repeat it again. Kill the final boss. Now for this one, we want the Mutated Odor core and then the Hanged Queen's core. Those are a fucking nightmare to say. But you want to put those ones in, and that's going to be another ending for you guys, and that's the Power of Cleansing. You're then going to hit no, as always, go back to the Philosopher's Stone, defeat the final boss. This time we're going to put the exact same ones in. So again, Mutated and Hang Queen's core. We're doing the exact same ones because if you do these two again, it's going to trigger an alternate ending. And then this time when you go to the crystal, watch the cutscene, you'll get the Harmonized Force ending instead. So that leaves us with one final ending. Now for the final ending, the next cores that you're going to want to put in are the Hanged Queen's core again. But this time our second core will be Varg's core. Once you've done that, watch the cutscene, you're then going to get the Chaotic Power ending. Now, if you've done all miscellaneous trophies and everything, which you might have at this point, that's also going to pop the Memory Seeker for getting all of the endings. And if you were already gaming as hard as you could, that should be your last trophy, and you will get the Platinum as well. So other than that, guys, I hope it helped. If it did, again, please leave like, subscribe if you have yet to. And other than that, a massive shout out to the Patreon supporters, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Yeah.